Hi everyone! Please get your practice books and open them to page 266. Today, we are reading a historical fiction, and a historical fiction is a made-up story whose events take place in the past. It also has an illustration that would help us to see how people lived, how people dressed, and how they looked even in the past. Okay? Okay. Tigris River Valley Boy. Valley is a low kind of landform that is usually found near rivers. Let's read. The hot sun shone down over the dry valley. Shone is the past form of shine, so the sun was shining over the valley. Ilulu had been digging for hours and was quite tired. Here is Ilulu. He'd been digging for hours and he's tired. He stopped to take a short rest and looked out over the canals stretching across the valley. So he stopped for a minute to look over at canals. What is a canal? This is a canal. Usually a canal is built to allow the water to flow. If it rains, for example, if there is rain, a canal would help the water to flow, or it would make a way for the water to move through. Okay, so he was looking at these canals over the valley. Work was coming along well, but there was still much to do before the rainy season arrived. If canals were finished on time, the people of the valley could use the water to grow crops. But if the canals were not finished, the river would flood and wash away the crops. So he was thinking that if the canals were built on time before it starts to rain, before the rainy season wherein there's so much rain, then if the canals are ready, then the people can use the water to grow their crops. Crops are plants like these that are grown on the ground. Can you see them? Okay, but he was also thinking that if the canals are not ready, then that's a problem, because when the rainy season comes, there's going to be a lot of rain, which means the river would flood and the water would overflow and it would wash away all the crops. They would be damaged, ruined. Okay, let's go to the questions. Number 1. How do you know this text is historical fiction? Now, remember the features of a historical fiction and pause the video to answer before seeing the answer. Very good. I can tell that it's a historical fiction because it tells a made-up story about a real-time period in the past. Next, what text feature is included in the text? I mentioned the text feature. There is something in the text that helps us to understand the text more. What is it? It's the illustration. Very good job. Number 3. How does the illustration help you understand the text? What does the illustration add to the text? Very good. It shows you that the story is set in another time and place. So we can tell from the illustration that it was another time and people dressed differently and it was another place as well. Number 4. How does weather affect people in the Tigris River Valley? Again, we are asking, how does the weather affect the people? If you remember, we just discussed that what would happen if the rainy season comes. We discussed it and we said that something would happen. So how would it affect the people of Tigris River Valley? The rainy season causes the river to flood, so people will suffer. How will they suffer? Their crops will be washed away. Write your answers nicely, please, and send your work to your teachers. Thank you for listening.